Test, test, test. Welcome to Friday, July 11th, 7-11. Let's go ahead and hop on in here. Yo, yo, yo. Just one in the chat. All right. So we'll just leave this. Wait. Where's the volume points of control? The recent ones. We had one up here from yesterday. And that is 710. And where's another one? I have another one up here. 7-9. Mm-hmm. 7-8. All right. So that's all of the updated volume points control. We can throw them into the key levels region. And yeah, turn that off and then get into the nitty gritty. Okay. Nitty gritty. Yo, what's up? Looking good. I haven't done anything. I'm just getting on and situated. Looks like we had like a push down, push back up, and now we're consolidating kind of in the middle here before open. Don't really have an expectation. Nearby, you rejected off the July 7th volume point of control, kind of rejected off July 8th, and possibly coming down to the previous week mid sweep of the lows. I wouldn't be looking for long until we sweep the lows and possibly come back up on this London low, pre-market low. We haven't recovered the wick at June 30th, but yeah, we kind of have these established huge push downs, so there's a little bit more bearishness in each push up to the all-time high. Massive sweep down, massive sweep down, massive sweep down. So you have this slow grind up and these massive runs down. So shorts are more powerful in this. People taking profits up at the all-time highs near 23K, it looks like. So yeah. That's about it. So we're just gonna kind of like unwind a little bit while we wait. Got some coffee at the ready. Let's just make sure this is the processing effect is off so that it's not super. Looks good on my screen with the CRT filter, but not for you guys. So, yo, what's up? How's it going? Pretty good. Oh yeah, you were talking about that. What? Is that allowed? Damn. You'd think when it's involving medication, they're not allowed to do that. Because it's like people's lives are at stake. Some of them need it like emergency, you know? Like, I need my wage increase. So did you say 10K? Damn. That'll be nice. Damn. Nice. I don't have anything. I'm not like opposed to it or anything. Yeah, it was like I just like the banter, to be honest. You were saying that like NQ is like less daunting now. Is that true? Like in terms of like with the new thing you're using? Nice. Oh, that's awesome. Nice. Damn. What are they trading? Gold or? Oh. It's like good gold's going up and up and down and up and down, down, down and down. Hold up, let me finish this match really quick, but yeah. Hold up. I'll just pause it, hold up. Oh, nice. Okay, watch. Oh, nice. Okay, I'm watching. Yeah. Turn me up? What do you mean? Yeah. 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 That's pretty cool. Right. Yeah. Hmm. That's cool. And then is there any like correlations between assets? Like I kind of like juxtapose ES and stuff, but I guess no, you don't need to. Ah, that's cool. That's cool. That's nice. Well, I'm not like some sort of aficionado that knows what's going on, so I'm just doing my like I'm just I had like 30 days of green, and then this week after I got approved on that payout, I had like 2 or 3 days of red, and or 2 days, 3 days of red on Top Step, and then one no 1 day of red on Apex, and then I made it back the second day, and then I made it again the third day. So I had 1 day of red on Apex, but Yeah, it was a long time coming, but I've been pretty accurate so far, like in my reads. So I'm not like struggling by any means, but it's yeah, there's certain times like yeah, I'm sure you can attest like there's times where the market's like jittery or choppy and then there's times where it just touch and go and you're like boom and you're like damn, that's so smooth. And then like you get like 200 tick runners and stuff like that. It's cool though. Hmm. Right. So motive wave, like that's the no. You're saying it was Sierra, right? Yeah. Is Sierra's free or not free? It's I see. It's like a platform like Ninja Trader or something. Right, right. Hmm. I'm impressed that you can like keep all of those things in your head, like all the different assets, and be able to know how they run and like know like dial it in where you're like, and now for all of those things. I just use my autism to like I just use my autism to like get to know one, like I learned the synchronicities of like one thing. And then I'd be like, okay, it's moody today and like it is kind of boring. Bitcoin was ultra boring when it was going sideways. That's what got me to switch to futures because I was like, there would be months where it would just do nothing. And I was like, what am I doing? That is true. It is hyper, what is it called? Hyper leveraged to the point where it's each little burp and can destroy you if you're not ultra accurate. Whereas like a dummy on stocks can be like, it went down. I'm buying more. DCA, DCA. Right. That's cool. Doodah. Camptown races. Damn, Gina. I bought this custom Halloween mask for like I have this party that I try to do for my kids, but I'm gonna try to upscale it this um Halloween, but it takes them like 8 to 12 weeks to make it, so I had to order it now. But it's gonna I want to do like a science fiction theme where there's like this rift that opens to this like futuristic technological singularity dimension where I'm gonna get laser tag weapons, and they have to like destroy these different things within the haunted house, quote unquote, the spooky sci-fi themed thing, and then they have to like destroy the rift to that from the future technological singularity entity trying to get through, and then I'll be that entity that comes through the android. Yeah, that's wild how like they gaslight about that and just be like, "What? These aren't the droids you're looking for." It's like, wait, but right, right. So they have a talk with them, or they send a picture with their kids in crosshairs, and they're like, Move on." But it's a shame that there's like entities in the world that can get away with stuff like that. It is unfortunate. It'd be nice if there was some accountability. What's that about? What, so the queens were in charge? Is that the premise or whatever? Ah, so the kings would do that to the queen, you mean? Right. It's only a recent blip on the radar where they've made the soy boy stuff, right? Yeah, that's why like I don't there Japan is very peaceful. There's no, so and they're very strict about who they let in, so I'm happy about that. That's why it was ironic that my friend is all for the like the letting every no borders stuff, and it's like he lives in Japan, and I'm like, you get to use all of the conservative like policies of Japan to have your kids walk to school alone safely, and from that comfort you're saying we should have open borders. I'm like, do you realize how like hypocritical you are? It's just it's just wild because he can't see the luxury he lives in from Japan, and why that luxury exists is because of conservative values. And I said to him, because every time he throws the whole istophobe thing as soon as you try to like say that there should be some order to things and some policies for getting into places, and then it's like, oh, you're just racist, you hate people with brown skin, and I'm like, yeah, it's I'm literally a foreigner in a foreign country talking about there's a procedure to follow, which I followed to live here, and it's like, why can't other people do that? I'm all about law and order, lawfulness over lawlessness. Yeah, it's weird how the UK has gotten like neutered or whatever. Like if you just like criticize something, you're considered like hate speech or something. TikTok. What was that? And just make people lose their critical thinking and become like dumb jellyfish. And they just pump the oceans full of phthalates and microplastics and make people lose 1% of their fertility each year until the populace just fades out. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I remember that. That reminds me exactly of that race where they gave them all that tech, but then they made them infertile, and then they had to use that like sun to like go to their timeline or whatever. Like they had to use the wormhole. Yeah. Well, that's why they made like masculinity toxic, because it's like, having aggressive like resistance, you don't want people resisting, do you? Oh yeah. Kingdom of Heaven is one of my favorite movies. That was such a great movie. Yeah. I'll check it out. God wills it. Yeah, I mean, like you've seen Kingdom of Heaven, right? Yeah, like that was the most trademarked line of that. Is just like God wills it, like whatever they do, like massacre everyone. God wills it. That was back when like that movie was so long. It had like an intermission. I forgot how long it was, and I watched it again with my sister. Well, yeah, it was like a huge. Yeah, it's a huge freaking event in human history, like conquering most of, you know, going as far east as they could, basically, until they reached the Persian. Genghis Khan, the what is it called? There was a Netflix show that got canceled early on because it was too expensive on the wardrobe. It was like Marco Polo. Like that was a really beautiful show that got canceled. But it was like about the Genghis Khan and all that. Me? Amazon. What do you mean? Yeah, we have Amazon Prime, yeah. Oh, that's cool. If you could try to find the link for me, that'd be cool. Let me go. That reminds me of this one book. I'll go get it real quick and just show you the cover of like I don't remember the title because it's like a Britannica like textbook. Hold up. All right, I'm back. Sorry, but yeah, it's a thing called like turning points in history, and then it's interesting because it's like theories and ideas. It's the beginning guide to theories and ideas, but it that changed the modern world. But it goes from everything from like biological science to art to math to everything, and just shows how like if this one person wasn't around, everything would be totally messed up and different. But yeah, like I'll save the link. Hold up, let me just put it. Yeah, I love like actual like books about condensing. This is like really small too, relatively, but it goes into like everything from perspective to cubism, impressionism. Like it'll go through all the domains of everything that humans have done to democracy, and then so you could basically be versed on where we're at now and why we got there, from who exactly, like Semmelweis basically, washing his hands in germ theory, and everyone thought he was crazy. It's like he was committed for thinking germs exist. Mesmerized. You were talking about that before. Th- there was this like Maury Povich thing that I watched like at least it was like I would say 15 years ago. I saw this thing where this guy was like being interviewed for like he was convincing people they were like time travelers for the Montauk project or something, but he would like he would say in order to like get their vibrational state up, he would have to like jack them off or something. But like people would like believe him. So he like had this like he would like pretend that he worked for the CIA to get people to let him take them to a higher energy state. It's like you gotta save the timeline. You gotta let me fulfill you the destiny. But the dude was like totally sloppy and gross, and somehow he convinced people to think that they're like special recruited agents for the Montauk project. My friend and I always joked about it. It was like the Montauk project. Like, I I don't know about that, but I know I know I think he had a Freud had a daughter that offed herself because he was totally like, he was overly aware of like you know not like pleasuring herself or something, like, and then he's got her totally like celibate, and then she just offed herself or something. Maybe I'm wrong in hearing that, but yeah, I don't think Freud had it all figured out. Freud was like, he would see, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar, you know what I mean? I'll have to look into mesmer. You totally opened my idea to like mesmerize. I was like, oh, that makes total sense. I get it now. Mesmerized. What? That's crazy. If he did that, that's really, really gross. But I've never liked Freud. I like Jung better. Jung is all into the signs and symbology and like, our super ego hive mind stuff. I'm all about that. Whereas like Freud's just all about seeing some sort of thing that's not there because he has some weird relationship with his mom or whatever. It's like, not always, not everyone thinks like you, dude. That's crazy. That gives me more reason to not like him. He was most likely a Democrat. Yeah, the Democrats. I don't, I, I don't get the like, the the Democrat hypocrisy is like, you have to have uniform thinking in that everyone's accepted. It's like, except for something that's outside our thinking. It's like it has to be a uniform style of thinking it's like an exclusive inclusivity. It's so weird. And then they tone police your language and stuff like that. Like, you can't say retard. It's like, why not? Retard literally means slow. What's wrong with saying slow? Like, flame retardant doesn't mean like Down syndrome flames. It's literally just a word. They say like unalive, or, you know, it's like the reason why we have to police our speech on YouTube is because of all these Karens and tone policing idiots. Yep, I'm here. It's gold. I'll mute myself so I'm not conflicting with what you're saying. Oh yeah, that we are pregnant thing from the or like what was that? There was that new TV show, The Last of Us, and then they had the main character say like, "I'm gonna be a dad" or something. Oh man, just the wires getting crossed soon. The funny thing is, I remember when the that meta was in its full peak, when everyone was trying to push those, what do you call it, the woke messaging, the message. Then, like, you know, it was like it would anger me that because it was so blatant. But then when they kept falling flat on their face every time and losing money, it started to just become fun to watch them like constantly kick themselves in the face. So now it's like I don't even get angry. The mess. So we got 8 minutes till we open. Yeah, that's a fine. Go ahead and tell everyone to join in here. We are got negative 1K on the session thus far in sell side aggression. Kind of just hanging out here. Again, I said I'm not really interested in like taking a long until we sweep the London low and come back on that. So like coming back down to here And possibly coming back up, maybe. Okay, I'm going to switch to MNQ just till I get my, I don't want to end the week red, so I'm going to trade 3 micros so I can take maximum of $150 loss. Okay. And we'll start with the Apex today because we got a nice cushion. I don't need to worry about anything. If I take a small loss, I take a small loss. So we can just keep it chill on a Friday. You know what I mean? I made back the 2 out of the 3 red days on the top step. So I'll save the top step today for something that looks really juicy if there is anything. But I'm not going to force a trade on the top step today. I could take payout on this top step, but I want to get a really good, I want to take like a $5,000 payout on top step. That's my goal. Call it weird, but I just want a $5,000 payout. Goose up my volume? Yeah, sure. Boom. How's that? Here we go. I'll talk more into the mic like this, like ASMR style, like, and now NQ is going down. Is that better? I just need to have it like right up against my mouth like this. And you can hear me like sip the coffee. Wow, it gave me 2 more viewers that way. Yeah, I try to take out the ambient sounds around me, so I think that's one of the reasons. But I should pump it up. Yeah, no mukbang. Crank to the max. All right. Is it better now? Like honestly? I try not to have like double audio, you know. I don't want my sound to be playing back in my headphones. I can turn, here's what I'll do. I'm going to turn the speaker volume down. Where's that? Turn my monitor mix down and then turn the volume on this up. Testing. Okay. How's that? Boom. All right. Is it better now? I turned my Okay. Stream mix. All right. Here we go. I'll set my stream mix to 25%. There we go. Okay. Boom. I'll turn it down just a little bit. All right. And then close that. And 2 minutes until open. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, ba doom. Boom, ba doom. Boom, da boom, boom, da boom, boom, da boom. Boom, Inspector Gadget. And less than a minute. Let me see how this sounds like. Okay. Yeah, I guess I do need to tweak my volume. I just don't like that. I can hear the ambient volume in the back. It's annoying. Last here we go. Let's see. Low cut filter 80 hertz. Test. Low impedance mode. There we go. All right. All right. So less than a minute until I have myself playing in the monitor mix so I can hear myself mixed in. All right, we're open. Nice. Engineering some sell side here. I'm going light short here. I'm short on just seeing this pullback into engineer some sell side, possibly to the volume imbalance SR flip of that range. Okay, hitting more sell side here. We're at 50 ticks on this 3 micro play. All right. At 9:15, my stop will go break even. Coming back to VWAP, perhaps. Up 66 ticks, no, but Okay. Pulling back 80 ticks in profit. When it hits 915, then it'll automate to break even. I might just put it at break even now, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna just put it at break even. There's no reason it should come back to 939 unless it's going against me anyway. But yeah, I listen to myself on stream just so I can hear like my voice, but I should. The problem is I can't hear when it distorts. Like sometimes this, ever since I updated in April to my wavelength, it's Oh, snap. I see. I had it muted here. Duh. Can you hear me now? Test. Can you hear me now? How is it now? Better? Test, test. All right, great. Sorry about that. I don't know why I hit this button that I shouldn't have hit, which is mute my stream mix. Anyway, all right. So if we can get the viewers up to 10, I can do a free Apex giveaway for a Friday. That would be nice. Can we get those viewers up to 10 with the likes equaling the viewers and a comment on yesterday's stream to enter you into the giveaway? Just need 3 more. You got 100 contracts down at 860 and 61 at 850. So sweeping down into this range seems to be more likely now. Nice. All right. So probably going to sweep the 870s and that 860 100 lot. There we go. I was so tempted to hit the button on top step. I'm just like, I'm in my own head with that because I have this stupid thing that I want to do with it. So it's like making me more hesitant. We just hit about 274 in sell side and we came back under the value area low. It's kind of descending channel downward. Comes down to pop up, to go down to pop up, but it's descending channel. We got that 860 100 lot that and 850 54 lot. See what ES has. Yeah, you got some resting orders below. Huh. Hitting some buy side. But it's not really. Came back above the value area low. We're going to see what the hourly close brings. Like, if we can, if the penitent man may pass, like, if there's patience for a better entry. Just hitting about 275 in buy side with this push up to the 22.9. We just hit the volume imbalance. $186 seller just entered the party at 9:30. We hit about 622 in buy side with that push up. What was the level that we bounced off of? Hold up. Not sure. It was a consolidation pop zone from pre-market, but See, the thing is if it's not something I have an entry on, I don't feel anything about it. Like, it's like, okay, well, that didn't make sense why it would pop. So that's why it's like, it's just moving until it goes to a thing that lines up within what I'm looking at. We got 10 minutes until the hourly close. We got the value area high in this region. Nine minutes till the hourly close. We got 9 viewers. Shout out to everyone here. Yeah, you're brilliant. If we can get one more and you can hit the like and put a comment on yesterday's video, you can enter into a free Apex giveaway. We'll try to aim for 30 minutes into the next hour to give it away. Speaking of which, Apex did extend their sell until the middle of July. If it comes, there's 192 seller here at 930. So somebody that bought cashed out big time, but okay. 9 concurrent viewers. Thank you for that. Booyah. All right. Again, if it comes back below this 192 seller, you could be seeing some buyer fatigue. On that theory, I did do 3 micro short on the top step. Again, I'm only risking 150 bucks for 100 ticks. So I'm not sweating on a Friday. So if it comes back to retest the VWAP or we hit about like 200 off the value area high and then we're coming back into the value area high. So even just shorting coming back into value area high, you had a 60 lot guy here for a buyer at 939. So it needs to go below this 192 guy for this to be real. If not, we're just taking a $150 loss. But could be sweeping this internal high. What happened? Yeah, we might. $67 buyer at $9.51. Yeah, it's gonna stop me for this. Boop, stopped. And 3 minutes until the hourly close. We just hit another 600 in buy side. We got the weekly open at 969. All right, so the push up is real on NQ. Less than a minute on the hourly close. You got 970, 975, 980. Yeah, that sweep seems more realistic now. 980 is the top of the range from the initial push down from up here from Asia. And the hourly is closed. All right, so we're just waiting for the algos to pick up for this next hour in the London? Are they going to sweep the overnights and go back into this volume imbalance at 990? You have some resting orders up at 23K. You've come back on essentially 2,000 contracts of sell side, turning them into buy side people. We got 600 contracts bought there and 622 bought here, 278 here. So it was a bear trap. We didn't get in that at all. So we're just chilling. We're seeing what happens. It just swept into the 70s. Yo, we got the 10 concurrent viewers. Shout out to all 10 of you. Go ahead and leave a comment on yesterday's video if you want to get in on the Apex giveaway. 250K account. All right. All right. And yeah, if you so there was about 90 buyers here at 958. Are we going to get some rewarding of these buyers? We just hit some more buyers that extended to this. This could be some buyer absorption to test some of the sell side, at least to this volume imbalance. I don't know. Oh, nice, Scar. Thank you. Are we going to engineer a delta slingshot to the upside? Are we going to sputter here on some of this buy side? We did sweep. You have a resting order at 925, 56 contracts. Okay, are we going to come back and test some of the sell side here, engineer a bit of sell side fun? No? Yes? More? Is that enough? Seems to be the buyers in control. Well, we took that, and yeah. Buyer absorption would be nice here. Let's see. We went and recovered the volume imbalance, but yeah. And that top step was max loss limit for the day. Son of a gun. We'll log out of that. I don't want to see it. All right, well, we got 12 concurrent viewers, so let's go ahead and do the giveaway right now. So go ahead and make a comment on yesterday's video. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up in another window and check the comments really quick. Leave a comment again, yesterday's video for a free Apex giveaway. Let's do it. Yeah. Okay, let me pull it up. Where is it? $23 hours ago. 1, 2, 3. We only have 3 comments, so if all of you watching comment, then we would have 10. If we could get 10 comments on yesterday's video, that will enter you into the giveaway. So if you would be so kind. And now it's going to go into the buyer absorption. Go figure. Go ahead and leave a comment on yesterday's video to enter in for a Apex eval giveaway. Yo, what's up, Smart Data? Comment on yesterday's video if you'd be so kind to enter into the giveaway. Oh, nice. Yeah, only one counts. Sorry about that. Yeah. Let's see. Where is that? It should... I didn't close it, so where did I put it? I minimized it, right? Where is that? Here. Refresh. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. 2 more, and then we can consider giving that away. 2 more of you lovely people giving a comment on yesterday's video will enter you into a Apex eval giveaway. Do, 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 do. Hitting some more buy side. It's doing a lovely job like inducing a short and then going and turning them into buy side. And I was one of them on the top step. Do I want to put this wider here? I think we do want to go to the top of that wick. It's hitting a bunch of buy side here, 107, 108. Okay, let's see. Where's the comment total at? Let's see. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Still 8. Nice. Need two more comments. We're gonna get swept to the wick now. And stopped. Womp, womp, womp. Sweeping the 980s, resting liquidity here. This is the pre-market high from Asia. Did we get two more? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Well, in about 6 minutes, we'll just close that and then run the number that are there. So are we going to the volume imbalance at the 990s and the 2300? Just hit a 92 lot buyer at the top. That's somebody getting stopped. basically recovering all 3K of the buy side, or sorry, sell side aggression. All right, so we are going to, what do you call it? Run the drawing now in the next 20 minutes. Sorry, 3 minutes. We're gonna draw. We're gonna close the comments. If you can try to leave a comment on yesterday's video for a entry into a free Apex giveaway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have a 1 in 8 chance now. Copy the clean link of that. Got 108 seller here. 117. Could be getting a slingshot to continue to the 2300 volume imbalance up here. Got 117 lot, unless that's a defender. Two minutes. Yeah, they turned on the grind up. Okay. Came back on 355 sell side here. That was not much movement for 355 contracts to be hit. So that could be a slingshot to the upside unless there's some change in this movement aggressively downward. But looks like it's going to probably sweep up to the 2300. And 1 more minute and the comments closing. Well, I was going to trade micros on the top step, but I ended up upscaling it and getting the max daily loss of 1,000 on that. But that's why there's a max daily loss, so we don't lose more, eh? All right, so we're going to pull this up, get the comment selector. Let's go. Comment YouTube, comment selector. And this one was a good one. I like this one. Okay, so let's see. Anything goes. We got 9 comments, so you got a 1 in 9 chance. Here we go. Drum roll, please. Smart Data 4109. Could you send me a DM in the Discord, please? Smart Data 4109. Congratulations. Go ahead and send me a DM so I know it's you, and then I will hook you up after the stream. All right, so yeah, we're just on this ascending channel upwards to 23K. There's 112 contracts up there. Looks like it wants it. Oh, it's Ilhadi. Nice. Congrats, man. Free Apex 250K account. we'll just see where this goes for the next like 10 minutes or so. Is it going to sweep 2300 or not? So hop, skip, and a jump away. Really wants it. Hitting 100 in buy side. You hit that 355 sell side bit without going anywhere. So that slingshot to the upside looks like it may be happening. We just hit the volume imbalance we made on the way down from Asia. $208 in buy side taken with that push up to 993, 994. Slow-mo slingshot, yeah. Okay, so I mean, it was like a jitter and a half down to 976 and then right back up on those 355 lots. So just like the sellers just getting turned into buy side at every turn. About to sweep that 2300 lot, 108 lot about to get taken. Do 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 do. How's it going to react to these 2300s? We're getting the pre-2300 jitters. Until it goes below 979, the buyer fatigue is not anything real. Boom, 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 boom. Mm-hmm. 2300 getting swept. Just hit about 100, 200, 200 and what is that? 50, 250 buyers hit plus the 60, 100 lot at 995. So you have, yeah, basically some pop shorts, 333 total in this pop up here to the sweep of the 2300s. It's just on a mission right now. All right. That was nice. Nice telegraphed move to sweep the resting orders. That's how Bookmap came into handy. Hopefully you guys got in on that slingshot. What's ES doing? ES also hitting resting orders. Okay. So let's just see where she goes, where she blows. So we hit the previous day VWAP, and that happens to be at 23K. Also the resting orders from the drop down in Asia. Are we going to drift up into all-time highs? Could be the case. Reaccumulation, hitting another 200 lot buyer here. Just elimination. Basically came back on 3,000 in sell side aggression with this push up. Going to break even on the session for contracts. Swept all the overnight sellers. Interesting. So that's Ilhadi. Smart data is Ilhadi. Gotcha. That's cool. Can you give me a, like, what do you call it? A DM, Ilhadi? So you hit a pretty significant amount of buy side. So whatever target they were aiming at, all those resting orders got eliminated. So yeah, a little bit of like reprieve is in order here. Some buyer fatigue, if you will. The forced closure of the shorts, buyer fatigue. Pulling back into 400 in sell side, stopping out the breakout trader long mini players. And then again, the buyer fatigue is not real till it goes below 979, that 124 lot. Otherwise, it's just another pullback to keep going higher. That's the halfway mark of the, what do you call it? The hour. I think London is closing, so they're closing out London. All the overnight lots getting closed. Hit a 70 lot buyer at 995. Okay. We'll be with you. I don't know. We'll try to see what the next 15-minute candle close brings. Are we going to reach up into the 2320s? You do have 40 lots up at 2312 and another fresh 41 lot at 2300. Could be trying for another extended M pattern. Just pulling up on 210 in buy side. ES is making a little bit higher of a high than NQ. Slight divergence. Creating another mini range. Okay, so overall you have all these circled inflection points of buyers. You do have a seller, the 71 seller at 998 here, noteworthy, that they could use as a fuel to go up on. Now we're going to, what is it, the 2315 region. We got those other resting orders up there now. Why is it lagging now? Alright. Why am I getting lagged? What happened to my ATAS? Or what? Hello? We have settlement at 2313 now. Why did it freeze that for a second? So we'll just see where the 45-minute takes us. Do we get a little bit of a pullback? Why is my book map alright, but then the ATAS was getting weirdly frozen? Hold on 1 second. Let me test something out really quick. 1 second. Okay. Just testing something out just to see if it's working. Okay. Once again, the buyer fatigue is not real until it goes below 979. I reiterate, needs to go below 979 for buyer fatigue to be real. Again, you just pulled back on 355 sell side with no follow through. It's a lot of sellers. 400. It's a lot of people convinced it's going down. Not real until it goes below 979. Retesting those sellers. They're testing with this little bounce to see who's biting, what type of interest is being generated here. Why is it an important point for buyers? Why is what question is that in reference to? What point? The 979. I'm just saying there's a 124 lot seller at 979 that they punished all the way up to 2300. So until they go below that guy's entry, there's not reprieve for the sellers is what I'm getting at. So it needs to go below 979 for this guy to get out at break even, basically. And then if they're allowing him out at break even, then the buyers have lost slight control over the situation. And that's, yeah, where you kind of use the theory of, you know, seller absorption and buyer absorption and all that. Like right here, you just had a 76 lot buyer, 78 at 975, 80. They're adding because they think it's going to bounce. Then you had this 135 buyer at 985, which they used as fuel to absorb to go test the sellers. And so, yeah, you see them get played against their position. So I circled this lot of sellers because it could have been used as a slingshot if they weren't done reaching their target. But it looks like they did hit their target with that extended M and then started to pull back. there's like a 70 lot buyer here. And I'm just looking at guys that are over a certain amount, and they're larger players. So you look at what happens when they enter. Like, does it bounce off of them or absorb them? All right, 1 minute until the candle close on the 15th. The hourly could close up to this daily open and this July 10th volume point of control in the next hour or something. We broke the super trend on the 30-second, which was holding since the open. I'm looking at this two buyer absorption idea. It bearishly retests the sellers and said we're not going to go above them right now, and then now it's coming below these two circled buy lots. So a bit more of a push down seems like it might be in order. We got a resting order on ES down at 62.98. And yeah, you got the VWAP on NQ. It all depends on what they generate in here, though. If everyone thinks the same thing, they go the other way. So these inflection points. Boom. All right. So coming beneath that 135 lot buyer and 70 lot buyer, you are inducing some sellers in here. 142 delta in this 2K auction. So it needs to follow through in rewarding them for this to be secure. It looks like it's going to burp down and grab that 247 lot on ES. And Q should follow suit. And that is how you telegraph the move. is value telegraphed. Does it stay though? Is it sustainable? Is that a defender and you're going to start going back up into these resting orders up above? As above, so below. That resting order has been there since the push up on ES. Just a bunch of buyers as it pushes up. It's like trying to offset the sellers, like turn them into buyers and then keep going. Are they? Oh, they moved the resting order on. Yes. Did they move it lower? What was that about? They moved it. Oh, they moved it down here, but that's always been there. So what was that resting order about? Okay. All right, so the buyer absorption looks like it's the play. Buyers, 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 absorption. The sellers got rewarded as it retests that 536 bunch. And so the buyers were induced, and then they're using them to continue paying the sellers. Nice. Buyer absorption. That is a textbook example. I was circling buyers and then it didn't follow through on the buyers. So that's buyer absorption in a nutshell. You watch and learn. That's how it works with footprints. And I had taken a previous loss on the Apex, but in order to talk and not look like a dumbass, like I was entering, so I'm making back the loss we had with that short right there. The stop is in profit, but I want to make it break even if possible, but we will see. 100 takes on the runner. Okay, yes. Yes, sirree, Bob. But that's why, like, I had $200 and then I gave it back and then it turned into a loss. I tried to play it copacetic off screen so I was not getting flustered on camera, but yeah, in retrospect, I was, wanting to get the money back, but I was trying to control for an easier entry. That buyer absorption was a clear theory when it bearishly retests this lot of sellers. That's when I went short. My entry is at 83. So it's right here when it started to pull back on this group, and then I was in. Or actually, no, it was on this first push, and then when it came back to my entry, I was like, is this gonna fade? And I circled it, and then boom. Relatively clean. And then you're getting more buyers here. That's good for short. But it's gonna go test the sellers like fervor. Their stops. Ooh, I like that. The volume point control is not here where we're at. It's kind of a jaggedy node here. Alright, I don't want to be in this trade so long, and the hourly close is going to cause some algorithmic sputters here for the hourly. So I like to take my profits before it balances up. What's the hourly looking like as a close? Basically like a gravestone doji. Alright, on Momentum Master 2 you have this kind of idea of the cloud kiss. Okay, yeah. 2 minutes until the close. My problem was I wasn't interested in longing in this, because I didn't see any key levels in the bounce potential of this. I didn't understand why it was bouncing, but should have just got in line with it. Well, it's going to come up and stop this runner. Probably. Yeah. And that's where I'll call it when it stops this. Yep, it's going to stop. And the hourly close is happening now. And there's the hourly close. London's going to close. There's going to be a bunch of algos taking over now. And I don't want to trade beyond this point generally, so we'll just see what this absorption, like continuation idea of the value area high is about. Is it going to drift up higher? Yeah, that's going to stop me. Static. Okay, I'm getting that stupid freaking. Should be fixed. Is it better? I have to reset the Wave XLR, the best, quote unquote, the best, like audio card software after the update in April kind of messed it up with my effects that I paid for. So it's kind of annoying. Boom. Yeah, I had to just reset it. I don't know why it does that. I really don't. I can't find anything about it. It was like when it forced me to update the software, it like messed up the compatibility with my effects. And then they like time out or distort or something. All right, so you're getting a bunch of sellers here. I'm not getting confidence in this continuing further down based off of that. This is somebody that's going to get absorbed probably. And they're going to test the buy side more up now. Are you getting some buyers here interested in this going up? So you're having a little battle here. All right. Okay. This volume point of control over here, if it breaks, you got this node basically down at the lows of 40 or something. But other than that, where are we at in terms of key levels? Are we at any key levels? We're at the weekly open. Okay, so we basically just came to where we started the week. Are we going to go down, test this like previous month high and or this wick from the push up at 42? The bearish super trend kind of holding. Can you just finish me out green? That's would be splendid. Okay. All right. A little bit more aggressive. Hit about 300 in sell side here. In this entirety, push down 300. You're at negative 2K in aggressive delta for the session. They're likely defending this zone, but if it breaks, you'll see a aggressive sweep of the all right. Okay, what's it gonna do? Engaged with a bunch of sell side in here and kind of going through it, so that shows seller strength. So this is 954. So this runner the local interior, the internal low of that bounce up at 44 seems to be like where it could go test right now. You got the VWAP at 35, but $97 buyer, $102 buyer at 53. How are they going to react off that guy? I'm going to lock in at least 77 ticks, let's say. If it bounces up, it's going to just stop the... This looks like it could be another buyer absorption. I don't know. This guy. Okay. All right. Well, we were in a pickle for a little bit, and can we get out of this pickle and turn it out into... Stopped. Well, that's about it. We at least not in the negative that we were at. So I'm going to close up shop here. Let's like log out of this just to make sure we are out. And that's all she wrote, folks. So a decent week. We had a few red days, but yeah, win some, lose some. So trade safe, everyone, and stay positive, stay frugal, and stay blessed. Catch you later.